Alright, as my room is in disarray while I try to finish organizing it, I thought I'd make a little quick video. Won't be long with this one. I just figured I haven't done one in a while, and for anyone who is interested, I figured I'd let you know what's up with me. Finished school on Monday with my last paper that I had to go into school to turn in. Don't have my grades back, although I checked my exam scores, specifically my final exam score for my nutrition class is up. It was three tests, a third of the grade each. 50 points each, between 140 and 150 points total is an A, and I end up with 143, so I have an A in nutrition for sure, which realistically wasn't that difficult. That's why I took the class in the first place. But I haven't gotten the grades to the other class though, although I'm fairly confident. I did really well in all the early stuff going up to the finals, so I'm not particularly worried about any of those. Yeah, so one more semester and I graduate undergrad. After that, I'm not 100% sure where I'm going, but hopefully we'll figure that out. Yeah. Haven't, other than, I bought like 2, maybe 3 games this month. There wasn't really that much for December. Mario Kart 7 was the big one. I also bought Fortune Street for the Wii. I think that might actually be it for new games. Yeah, I haven't bought many of those in December. Yeah. Yeah, it's 24 hours today. From now, it'll be Christmas, and not a big fan of Christmas. I could go over a number of reasons why I just don't care for it, but let's just say I'm not a big fan of the holidays, and yeah, I might actually make another video tomorrow, depending on how I feel. I might discuss it then, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of Christmas. Anyway, been playing quite a bit of Modern Warfare 3, and I still hate that game. I hate it worse than Black Ops, because it is even worse of a game than Black Ops. It is even shittier than Black Ops, which I did not believe could be possible when playing Black Ops. But I believe Infinity Ward strove to prove me wrong, and prove me wrong they did. I'll admit, I was wrong. But don't ask me what my rationale for playing that game is. I have none, no good ones anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to think. And what else could I talk about? Last month and a half, I actually added quite a bit of music to my library. A bunch of video game soundtracks that I've accumulated, number of CDs that I acquired. A lot of the video game soundtracks are special editions from games that I bought. Last 100 or so that I haven't actually added to my iPod yet. That's in my iTunes library. A bunch of iTunes downloads. Generally, I don't like paying for stuff that I can't hold in my hand, but periodically I'll buy some stuff from iTunes. I bought Metallica, the EP that they released, and then some Sonic the Hedgehog music, because they had Sonic CD soundtrack up for $10. She had the whole Japanese soundtrack plus a few extra songs, and then also bought the Best of Crush 40, the guys that do a lot of Sonic music, because I really like their stuff, and also the Disturbed's B-side album. And that's some of the stuff anyway. There's other stuff, but yeah, actually my music library is around 9,000 songs actually. My iTunes library lists about 9,000, actually exactly 9,000 items, although one of them isn't actually anything, so it's really 8,999. But yeah, I like my music. I really enjoy listening to music. I could fall asleep right now, but I really have to finish making my room look presentable, because my family is having Christmas Eve dinner for our little get-together family, so at my house, so I have to make my room look at least presentable, and which it generally isn't. So I've been working on that on and off the last few days, but I really, really need to do some last minute adjusting. I don't feel like doing, but I don't really have much of a choice. Anyway, I could stop there, or I could ramble on about a bit more. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. I'm trying to think. Oh, excuse me. 3DS second batch of Ambassador games, the GBA games, came out this within the last week or two. I forget exactly the date, but yeah, I downloaded those because it was really like one of the games I really enjoyed playing. I played through it I don't know how many times. I went through Metroid Fusion again. Beat it in 2.5 hours with 51% item collecting. Not bad for how long I haven't played that game. Although once I get into a groove, I can immediately beat it under 2 hours. Although I never was good enough to beat it under 2 hours with 100% item collection, which gets you like the last little ending picture. Something I'd like to do eventually. Yeah, I've played through a number of the Ambassador games, but there's also others that I haven't. Probably the big one on that front would be Minish Cap, Legend of Zelda. I would like to play that, and I have it on my 3DS, so I can do that. Another game that I haven't gotten to playing, that's on the 3DS eShop, I've heard nothing but good things about, is Pushmo. It's developed by Nintendo's Intelligent Systems. They made like I know they did Advance Wars. I'm pretty sure I think they did Fire Emblem too. They definitely do Advance Wars. But yeah, I hear it's a really good game, really fun. I'm not exactly even 100% sure what the puzzle is what I've understood, but I'm not sure how it works. But I've heard nothing but good things, so I'd like to start there. Also, in the last day or two, Nintendo finally released the 3DS app Swapnote, which lets you send draw and send little notes to your friends via Spot Pass or via what I assume is random people via Street Pass, because since before there was no dedicated messaging system, this is like an app that people have really been waiting for. But yeah, I played with that. I played with that a little, but I cannot draw for shit, so I don't actually draw pictures. I just wrote a few things and said to send via Street Pass. Because why not, really? Yeah, also, on my 3DS, but it's a DS game, I've been playing Luminous Arc 2 because I told a number of people that I would, and so yeah, I've been playing that. About 10 hours and a little more. Died a few times. Got killed by some BS crap. But yeah, that's what I've been playing on the handheld front, and the only game only good game I've been playing, because fuck Modern Warfare. A game I would like to get back to though, King of Fighters 13. I heard a lot of bad things about King of Fighters 12, but King of Fighters 13 seems to be a return to form. I've never really played King of Fighters. I haven't really played really any of SNK's fighting games since Fatal Fury. Like one of the original, one of their really old ones, one of the base series for King of Fighting. But it seems like it's funny, although I can definitely see why people say the learning curve is steep compared to, say, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or Mortal Kombat or the like, or even. But it definitely seems like a fun fighting game that I would like to play more of. I do not. I hate cleaning. I really don't feel like doing this, but I really need to get this done. big pain in the ass trying to figure out where to put all the shirts I have had draped over my bed over here. I have a lot of shirts. They're mostly, if they're not band shirts, they're probably wrestling shirts. Wrestling shirts. I have a lot of professional wrestling shirts because I really like. I like professional wrestling shirts. A lot of them I think are really cool, and they're probably some of my favorite shirts. If they're not the majority of my shirts, they're probably they're almost certainly the plurality, followed by music shirts. Those combined take up an easy super majority. I have a number of miscellaneous shirts that aren't either, but most of them are one of the two previously mentioned, and I have a lot of them, so I had to fucking find somewhere to put them, and finally found a spot that I could get the rest of them off my bed. Well, maybe except this Batman one that I got at the Batman Arkham City Midnight release, and should probably put this this Buffalo Sabres jersey away too. And I watch hockey, and obviously since I'm Buffalo, my team, the Buffalo Sabres. It's really annoying watching them play when they play like they've been, which is just badly. And on paper, they're not a bad team, but they just play like shit half the time. You just don't show up, and it pisses me off. Like the last two freaking games on Tuesday and Thursday. It's just freaking ridiculous, but I'll keep watching them anyway. At least until I know that they can't and aren't doing shit for sure. Well, at least they still have a chance to make the playoffs, unlike the freaking Buffalo Bills. Good God. I don't really like football, but maybe that's because my team, as far as I can remember, has sucked horribly and just hasn't made the playoffs in over 10 years. But yeah, and not really a football fan, but that's just friggin' ridiculous. What else? Oh, Xenoblade Chronicles is actually getting a North American release in April, exclusive to GameStop and Nintendo's website. I do plan on getting it, although I would like to play my European copy to justify its purchase. So I'll probably get back to that soon enough. Shit. I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling on, and I know I'm rambling on, but I figure I'd talk about some stuff that nobody probably cares about. I don't think I had one the last time I made a video. If I did, it wasn't up very active. I've started using it more. I have a Twitter now, at Captain Kamina. So my username without the woo, you know it, initials. So in other words, the name that I use pretty much everywhere nowadays. But yeah, I have Twitter and periodically tweet a lot more than I probably otherwise would, and I've been throwing out them from time to time. I follow a lot. I follow like almost 40 people, most of them wrestlers, honestly, but speaking of that, one problem I've had with watching wrestling lately, particularly WWE, is they're fucking whoring out of Twitter. I mean, I don't mind, like, it wasn't so bad when it wasn't intrusive, like, when you knew they had them, but they just whoring it out, no freaking end. And it's just hearing when they go on and on a 2-hour broadcast about what's trending on Twitter, it starts pissing. It's just really annoying. See, as I might have mentioned, I don't like things being shoved down my throat. And the more something's shoved down my throat, shoved into my face, the less I care about it. And in worst cases, the more I hate it. So it just gets really annoying sometimes. But Said, I know I'm rambling, and no, I'm not drunk. For anyone who might think that, I don't drink, but I am pretty tired, and I still, as I keep mentioning, I have this cleaning to do, but I really don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but I have to do it, and I know I have to do it, but I just really, really don't want to. But, yeah, not quite, I could talk about something or other. Let's talk about my job. Obviously full-time student, but I do have a part-time job. That's a, local car wash, although we do have locations, a few in other states. Actually, they have a lot. Actually, have a lot in Chicago for some reason, but locally in the Niagara Falls, Buffalo area, Delta Sonic. It's a part-time job. I don't work all that much, although I've been there. It was my first job, and it was one, and I've had it since I got it about a month after I turned 16, which is, for all intents and purposes, the legal age to even get a job. So, yeah, I've had it for over 5 years at this point. It's really not a bad job, although some of the bullshit that I deal with there is kind of annoying, since I've A, been there so long, and B, even when I wasn't there as long, just by the nature of how I started getting stuck with, I learned quickly how to do a lot of bitch work, stuff that most people don't end up having to deal with. Like, for instance, closing. I had to do that on my first actual day on the job, and I've had to do that ever since. But I mean, I get pissed when I work, but realistically, it's not a bad part-time job. Scheduling's really lax because of how it works, and how many people it has. So I can work essentially whenever, and even if I need a day off, I can just call in and ask it. Or on the flip side, on a day I'm not scheduled, if it's busy enough, I can call in and ask to work, and if they could use help, I can work. So it's really nice, even though I get pissed off a lot. But yeah. One more thing. I don't know what that thing is yet, but I will talk about one more thing, and then I will call it a night, because I really, really need to get this shit done. And I don't know what to talk. I went through pretty much everything. Here's one on Netflix. I just finished watching the anime. Well, not finished watching the anime. Finished watching the first season, which is all Netflix has for the night, of Darker Than Black. I watched the first third of it a while back, a few months ago, and then I stopped watching. And then I've actually last week or two I really got back into it and finally finished it up. My brother has the second season on DVD. Something may pawn that off him or watch it with him or the like. But yeah, I think I'll finish with that. If I feel like I might make a video tomorrow on Christmas. If not, I will talk to all of you later. And please, if there's anything you want to know, please just leave a comment, or if you know me from, which I figure most of the people watching this probably do, there's other sources, please just ask me some questions if anything you want to know, because I'd like to actually have some coherency in one of these videos other than me rambling on about absolutely nothing for 20 minutes. Jesus Christ, almost 20 minutes. Anyway, that's it for me. Peace.